Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Let's jump right into Love is Blind, Season 6, Episode 5, She Lied to Me. Now I'm wondering who lied to who? What is really going on? But as the scene opens up, we are immediately picking up where episode 4 left off, and that is Chelsea standing outside of the pods, and both Trevor is in one pod, Jimmy is in another pod. And so we're seeing her about to go into the one of the pods. We don't know which one. And I'm already devastated because Trevor is sitting in his pod and he hears a door open. And so he says, Chels. And of course, no one is there. That means Chelsea has gone into the pod date with Jimmy. So initially, Jimmy is talking about, yeah, I'm just coming off of a breakup, straight into here with you. And I don't think that's the right thing to say when you're getting ready to propose to someone. He does, after some speech, propose to her, and she definitely says yes. And part of his proposal was, will you meet me at the altar in your white dress? My feelings about Jimmy and Chelsea is this is not a good match. I don't think that they are going to make it. I don't want to be negative, but I just don't think so. I really think she should have chose Trevor. Now let's make a note that Jimmy says, I could really care less what you look like. Yeah, we'll see when she comes out and she does not look like Megan Fox. She's still beautiful, but she doesn't look like Megan Fox. And they are just continuing on, telling each other that they love each other, toasting and cheers to their new engagement. So now, even though Chelsea is engaged to Jimmy, she still goes down to the pod where Trevor is. So she's talking to Trevor and just telling him, you're a phenomenal person. You would fit into my life so perfectly, but I can't give you all of me right now. Well, if you are already engaged, Chelsea, to Jimmy, then you can't give Trevor any of you at any point, let alone all of you now. And Trevor is not making this easy for Chelsea either. I mean, he's not allowing her to just come in here and say, "Okay, I'm engaged to Jimmy." No, he is asking her, so you're giving your all to someone else, and she doesn't really say anything. But well, she says yes, and then he says, "Are you sure? Is that what's going to make you the happiest?" And she is, sitting over there in her tears. Trevor is making points. He is really putting Chelsea on the spot and making her think. I mean, it's too late at this point, but he's saying, I'm confused. You're choosing somebody who wasn't even sure about you versus someone, me, Trevor, who was 100% sure about you. I wasn't seeing anybody but you, but you up until today, the very last minute, was seeing Jimmy, who was choosing between you and someone else. Trevor is really giving it to Chelsea. I mean, he's being super nice, but he's really making her think about it and about him, and just really he's just letting her know, maybe you didn't make the right decision if you can't answer some of the questions that I'm asking you. However, don't be sorry about it. This is life. This is what happens. I'm happy for the two of you. And the bracelet that you gave me yesterday, I've been tapping it all day. And you would probably get annoyed at how much I tap it. If you remember, she gave him a bracelet that if you touch it, it would vibrate for her. Or if she touched hers, it would vibrate for him. And so he's saying, I've been tapping my bracelet all day. I bet you she ain't even got that bracelet on. Chelsea continues to say, she says multiple times in the conversation that it was a hard decision for her. And Trevor is like, I really don't have anything else to say. But I don't want to go back into the men's quarters right now. I just want to sit here, so you can go. And, she once again says, I just want you to know how hard it was for me. He says, bye. Like, enough. And now in Chelsea's confessional, she's saying that, I really envisioned a life with Trevor. And there's always going to be that thought, girl, no, no, we're not trying to hear all that right now. Mm-mm. Trevor goes on to say in his confessional that he would not have cared what Chelsea looked like. To him, she was the real deal. But for Jimmy, we're really gonna see, because I really believe that for him, looks will matter. Now we're back in the pods with Sarah Ann and Jeremy. So Jeremy is basically letting Sarah Ann know that he's not going to choose her. He is going to go with Laura. Sarah Ann is being very complimentary to Jeremy, and just saying that, this was a really good experience for her, even though he's choosing someone else. Now, she did question a few things because she felt like he was telling her things that he wasn't telling anyone else, even though she knew that he was also dating Laura. But Jeremy, honestly, it doesn't feel like he's really given a valid reason as to why he's choosing Laura over Sarah Ann. But nevertheless, Sarah Ann is like, okay, well, good. I mean, it's okay, basically. So Sarah Ann goes on back to the women's quarters, and Laura is sitting there. And as Sarah Ann walks in the door, she says, "Well, that didn't go as planned." And Laura and Sarah Ann seem to be friends or friendly in this moment. Sarah Ann says, "It's you." To Laura, and Laura gets up and says, "I wasn't sure, so I didn't want to say anything." And they give each other a hug. So now we're in the pods with Laura and Jeremy is, he's getting ready to propose to her, but he's just talking about the process and how in the beginning it seemed like fun. It was a game, and then it did get serious because it came a point where he had to make some really tough decisions, and of course Laura did as well. So Jeremy lets Laura know that she is his forever person, and he proposes and she says yes. So now Jimmy and Chelsea are about to meet face to face for the first time, and Jimmy is just talking about his emotional connection is being unmatched. We gonna see. And Chelsea is on the other side confirming to us and probably herself that her decision to marry Jimmy is 1,000%. She is for that. And she looks very pretty. She has on a really pretty dress. So, yeah, and Jimmy is in the confessional talking about how sure he is about, then he has a Freudian slip and says, Jessica. I pack it up. Just go ahead on home. Now, Jessica done already told him you gonna need that EpiPen. When you see Jessica, you're gonna need that EpiPen. And he is continuing to say in the confessional before he meets his future wife that yes, he feels like there does need to be a physical attraction to the person. I hope that he really is physically attracted to Chelsea. So the door is open and Chelsea is running down the walkway, and I'm like, ma'am, you don't have to run. First of all, let him run to you, but you just stop running. But they embrace, and he does say to her, "You're gorgeous." He then says it wouldn't matter anyways, but you're gorgeous. Okay, so my personal opinion is that he really is not attracted to her at the first sight. Also, I noticed that every other couple, once they meet, like as soon as the doors open, they come down and they greet each other. The men will go ahead and kneel and give the woman the ring, and Jimmy did not do that. So as they're sitting there talking, Jimmy tells her that, this morning I almost went home because this process became too much. Jimmy, please, let's just say I don't think he's attracted to her, and now I feel like he's trying to get out of it. He still has not given her the ring. Okay, so now Jimmy is in the confessional and saying she definitely lied to me about how she looked. Remember, guys, I said when Chelsea said that she gets told that she looked like Megan Fox, and he immediately said, Megan Fox, let's get married. He is expecting Megan Fox, and she does not look like Megan Fox. Again, she is a beautiful woman, but she just doesn't look like Megan Fox. He was expecting Megan Fox, and that's not what he got. So now he's had a change of heart. But pull out the EpiPen. Go ahead. He goes on to say that even though she said that she looks like Megan Fox, at the end of the day, he's still attracted to her. He's definitely not showing it as they're talking to each other. So Chelsea is very excited. She is, because he does say, I love you. And now he's getting ready to actually give her the ring. And she has a lot of nervous energy, it seems like, because she is really turning around in circles and jumping and all of this stuff. But yeah, she's really excited about him. She really is attracted to him. And even I really don't think she cared how he looked. He is the one that, was expecting something else, but he is giving her the ring. And her ring is gorgeous. And they actually answered a question that I had in my last video, and that is, who picks the rings? Is it production? Is it the men? Do the women have input? Jimmy said that he actually picked the ring, and it's beautiful. Jeremy and Laura are now getting ready to meet for the first time. Laura's dress is beautiful. She looks really pretty. So they are seeing each other for the first time, and they both, are saying that the other person is very attractive, and they do seem to be genuinely attracted to each other. So yeah, and he goes ahead and gets on one knee and proposes again, gives her the ring, unlike Jimmy. So in the confessional, Laura is saying he smells good. He smells outdoorsy. Now, nobody want to be told they smell like outside, ma'am. What do you mean? He smells outdoorsy. So in other words, he's musty. Please. So now we have 5 engaged couples, and for the honeymoons, they are going to the DR. So Jimmy and Chelsea are the first couple to that they're showing. As they're already in the DR, they're in their room, and Jimmy says, "I forgot what you look like." Where is his mind at? Because did they not ride there together? Why would he say, "I forgot what you look like"? He is still so focused on looks, I believe. Even though he keeps saying, "It doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. I still think you're very pretty." So Jimmy is bringing up the fact to Chelsea that on their last date, when he told her, now this is before the actual proposal, when Jimmy is telling, Jimmy had told Chelsea that he loved her. Chelsea then went into the women's quarters and whispered it to Laura. Laura went and told Jessica, and now everyone in the women's quarters knows. So Jimmy is saying, well, you said you wasn't going to tell anyone. I heard you ran in there screaming it. And Chelsea's like, no, that's not at all what happened. I whispered it to Laura. Laura told Jessica. Now, Jimmy, what you're not going to do is ruin this vacation / honeymoon, bringing up old stuff. That's what you're not fixing to do. And Jimmy is continuing to rehash the situation with Jessica. Okay, again, Jimmy. I mean, Chelsea, girl, are you seeing the signs now? Here we are with some more red flags. Jimmy got a boatload of them. I hope you are keeping track. Now, I'm sure it hasn't been 10 minutes of this conversation. It feels like a lifetime that he's talking about Jessica to Chelsea. And at this point, Chelsea, I would change the subject. I would get up and walk away. I would say to him, hey, are we going to talk about Jessica the whole trip? And he continues to say, Jessica did say, that I'm going to be holding my breath when I see her. And Chelsea is looking at him like, like enough is enough. So he's telling her, I think he's trying to at the same time make sure that Chelsea feels like she is okay to him as far as looks are concerned. Looks, it doesn't matter. You look good. You look beautiful. You look phenomenal. And he also continues to say, I didn't know what to expect when the doors open. Well, yes, you did. You were expecting Megan Fox, remember? Now we are finally moving on to another couple because we are tired of Jimmy. We're with Laura and Jeremy, who are cuddled up on their bed. So as they were cuddled up on the bed, they were talking about Jeremy's clothes. Well, Laura says, can you dress like an adult tomorrow? And I'm like, we really can't see what Jeremy has on. I mean, it looks like he has on some striped shorts, but Hawaiian style button down shirt. But we really can't tell other than that. It doesn't look like it matches. So she's like, can you, dress like an adult? And he's really just being very silly with her. He's blowing raspberries on her cheek, and he's jumping in the pool. He's playing around in the pool. And she's just kind of sitting there. I think she's a little tired. She's a little tired of the kid-like behavior. Amy and Johnny are now sitting by the pool, and they're just enjoying the night air and enjoying each other. It's very nice. Johnny doesn't have any qualms about Amy. He's very attracted to her. He even goes as far as to say, she takes my breath away. And Amy is, once again, she mentions again that, Johnny is not the type of person that she would be drawn to if they were out. If she was just out on a night and she saw him, she's attracted to a different type of person. But she feels like her attraction for him will grow. They still seem like a really cute couple. They look good together, and they seem like they're attracted to each other. They're loving on each other, caring on each other, kissing and cuddling and all of that, and neither one seems to be pulling away. So it seems like this might be a good match. And now we have Clay and AD. Looks like they are going to the hot tub. Okay, and Clay is definitely getting points. He's definitely changed from the first couple of episodes. He is definitely saying that she looks amazing in her two-piece bikini, which she does look really nice. She looks really good. But he is trying to make sure that he is not being overly gazing at her in that manner. He wants her to feel like the queen that she is, and she's beautiful, not just her body, but her face and her spirit on the inside. Now, where is Clay from? Because he is asking AD if men get a ring, and she's like, "Yeah, you get one at the wedding, and yes, you're definitely going to get a ring." And he's like, "When?" And she said, "At the wedding. Did you want an engagement ring?" Now, what I want to know is from the fellas in the chat. Do you guys know how this works, how the ring exchange works? So Clay and AD look really into each other. They both are very into each other, not just physically, but it looks like even emotionally. Like, I really hope that they can keep this up, because this is a really good connection. And now we are back with Brittany and Kenneth. So Kenneth is talking to Brittany and saying that, what he wants to do every single night before they go to sleep is talk about their day, what happened in their day, if anything went wrong, what went right. He just wants to say, okay, have this commitment that we're going to do this every night. Every night, I don't know if every night that's a lot. I mean, just having a general conversation with your significant other is good, but just making sure we hit 5 different bullet points, that's I don't want to think that much. And we are back to Chelsea and Jimmy already. So Jimmy and Chelsea are getting ready for bed, and she asked him, "Were you excited to see me?" And he doesn't say anything. And she said, "No." And he says, "Well, yes." And so she says, "Well, what did you notice first about me?" And he says, and he's getting ready. I keep going back to the fact that he feels a type of way that she does not look like Megan Fox. That's just me. But he says, well, he's going to keep it PG. And he starts to talk about her big teeth. Jimmy does not know how to give a compliment, at least not to Chelsea. He needs, somebody please help Jimmy. He needs help, because otherwise, she goes on to say, he makes the comment about her big teeth, and she says that she noticed his eyes, and he's still talking about her teeth, and she literally puts her finger over his mouth. That's right, Chelsea. Jimmy, shut it up. Just don't say nothing. And Chelsea also keeps asking him if he's happy with her. Does he still feel the same way he felt in the pods? Has his feelings changed? I feel like Chelsea, maybe she is insecure about some things, because I don't think it's beneficial to keep asking these questions. Just let it be. Yeah, I feel like Chelsea's love language is reassurance. I know that's not really a love language, but she needs reassurance. Words of affirmation. That's the love language. And I'm actually going to make my first prediction of the season about Jimmy and Chelsea. I don't think they're going to make it. When it's time for them to go to the altar and make the decision on whether or not to get married, I do not think that Jimmy is going to say yes. I believe Chelsea will, but I think it also depends for her. But I definitely don't think Jimmy's going to say yes. And well, that brings us to the end of the episode, season 6, episode 5. Guys, drop down in the comments below and let me know what you think. Who do you think is going to, do you think that Jimmy and Chelsea are going to make it? I already gave my prediction. What are your thoughts? Guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And we will see you next time. Bye.